Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? It's chocolate building time. Chocolate printer building time. Chocolate printer building time. Chocolate printer building time. Woo! How's everyone doing today? How's my lighting? Is my lighting good? Why is my frame rate? This is really annoying. Are we good? Is my frame rate okay? Am I being jittery? It's because there's like a fractional delay. The setup in the basement, my cam links are plugged, my cameras are plugged into the computer with a Elgato Cam Link Pro, which is PCI Express. Out here, they're plugged in with a Cam Link, which is USB 3. So there is an ever so slight delay between me doing that and it showing up on my screen. So the problem is this camera that I use doesn't have a screen. I can't see what this camera sees. The one downstairs has a flip up. This one doesn't, okay? So before I had the monitor next to it, but I don't have that here in this setup. I'll show you. It's, you're wondering what I see. Yeah, this is what I see. Other than my cables getting caught on everything. Yeah, so I see this, okay? So I see that. So I'm looking there, but I'm actually looking here because that's the OBS. Okay, and there's chat. Wave hi, chat. Hi, chat. Everyone say hi. Chat, say hello to yourself. So I'm looking there. So the problem is, you can see there's a slight delay, okay? And it trips me out. I don't know how, I don't know why, but that itty bitty delay when I'm looking at it, it's like that. Have you ever played that game where you have to like wear headphones and you have a mic and it plays your voice back with like a half-second delay? You know what I'm talking about, right? Where you can't like it causes your brain to like crash. I kind of have that when I stream out here. It's really weird. It takes me a second to get used to it, but I have it every time I start up a stream. I always have that like adopting period where it takes me a second there for my brain to go, oh, okay, yeah, we're good, okay. Your brain has synchro mesh. Yeah, see, we got 2G, we got whatchamacallit, MXL belts up here instead of 2GT, so there's a little bit of a lag. Hi, chocolate building printing time. Chocolate building printing. You know, when I was a wee lad, I learned English. I'm still working on it. Close the door. So how's everyone doing today? Welcome to part 2 of the Cocoa Press build. If you don't know what a Cocoa Press is, it's a 3D printer that prints chocolate. What more do you want to know? Go buy one, link in the description. So yes, we are building ourselves a Cocoa Press kit. This is part 2 of the build series. Obviously we are powering through this because normally we do one stream a week for a particular build. This week it's Cocoa Press. I want my chocolate. We're having a time. Hey, it's Tor. I used to work in a call center, and that would happen all the time. If somebody put me on speakerphone, and because of the way our internal system worked, you would get that weird feedback loop where you would hear yourself with a slight delay. Oh my God, that was so annoying. Oh my God, that was so annoying. So yeah, and then is Ellie here? Ellie, are you here, Ellie? Hopefully Ellie's here. Yeah, Ellie's here. Sweet. So we got Ellie here for all our consultation on matters of confectionery. We have our confectionery consultant in chat here. So that's awesome. So where we left off last week, we did pretty good progress on this. We got the frame fully assembled. The whole Z assembly is installed. It's shit simple. There ain't much to it. And we got the AB motor mounts installed. So we got the AB motors are installed. Again, this is a Core XY system. There is no X and Y motor. It's A and B motor. So there we go. So I don't know where we're at right now. Hopefully crimping today. I am wearing my Crimping Ain't Easy shirt, but if I remember correctly, this kit has all pre-assembled wires. So we shouldn't have to do crimping. Also, joyous news. I has a heater. It's currently 14 Celsius in here. I'll take it. I will take that. because the last time we streamed out here, I went inside and my hands were red. It was cold out here last time I did the stream. An hour ago, it was 8 degrees Celsius out here. It is currently 14.1. So I went to Costco yesterday. They had this little floor stand heater on for like 50 bucks. It's 110 volt. It's probably not the most efficient, but here's the problem. I can't have it get below 0 out here, okay? Because if it freezes out here, I'm worried about all the electronics I have out here, mostly screens. Like I keep my cameras out here because I record out here. So I know they're rated to go down to 0, but I really don't want them sitting at 0 for a while. I've got stuff out here. I don't want the garage freezing. So I figure if I set this thing to like 15 degrees Celsius, it'll just keep this kind of okay. Yeah, that's kind of there. But Ballot, cheers for the 2,000 Hungarian funny monies. And Andrew for the toasty beverage fund. I will do that tonight. I haven't purchased my beverage of choice in a couple weeks now. But I may partake tonight. I may partake. Is this a cold joke? I'm too Florida to understand. Healthcare. So yeah, so let's carry on with the build because again, we're doing. Usually, it takes people a couple minutes to kind of turn themselves up and show up and whatnot. So usually, the first couple minutes of a build or of a stream, I try not to jump right into the build because it takes people a couple minutes to show up. So let's get the manual pulled up. Let's get all that up. There we go. We got the Cocoa Press manual. I mean, you said you're in Florida. That's self-reporting. I could hit you on way more worse things than your lack of healthcare. Like, don't get me started. But I can't talk politics because then I get the YouTube. Actually, I should talk politics. I'm a bad YouTuber. I should talk politics because then people will get angry and leave comments, and YouTube likes that. So I make more money. So I should. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. That would be rude. That's not this stream. That's not what we do here. We build printers, and soon we eat things. And I can't wait for the eating things part. Like the high heel. He does wear the high heels. He wears the Tony Stark things. Robert Downey Jr. wears them too. It's a thing with short actors. You get shoes so that your foot, hey look, shoe. So they're basically high heels, but they look like normal shoes. It's just your foot comes in like this. And celebrities and politicians who are short wear them to make themselves look taller. It's hilarious. You can tell by the way they walk and the toes up curled because there's no actual toe in it. Okay, so this is where we left off. Is we put this little thing in. So that's where we're at. Okay. Renewing so you don't talk about politics. There we go. Jake, cheers for becoming a member. Oh man, it is so nice out here. It is so nice out here now. I got this heater. I don't want to know what my power bill is going to be. That's a problem for future Taylor. Okay. Found out those weird stray lines in the assembly are a chrome. I know, I was talking with Nemgria about that. We had this weird thing with lines in the manual. These, I think it's these. I don't know. There's some weird lines that show up sometimes in the manual. It has something to do with Chrome and the way it renders a PDF. So that's where we were at. So, okay, I got to plug in my soldering iron so we can heat set some inserts. And we'll get started on the stream today. So how's everyone doing today? How is everyone doing today? Everyone have a good week? It's Friday. It's Friday. So I need that piece. Okay, so I wish, this is something I wish the manuals did. I wish they used a way of calling out if it's an accent piece or not, because I've got two bins of parts and it's like, okay, I need that piece. I know what it looks like, but is it in this bin or is it in this bin? It is, it's an accent color. Okay. So we got that. Grab my heat sets. Do they not do the little hearts? Is that how they call it out in the Voron manual? Is it with little hearts? I don't know. It's actually been a while since I built a Voron on this channel. Well, actually, no, we built the V02 recently. I should build another V2. We haven't built a V2 in a while. I need to build a V2, a fully updated V2. Trail, want engagement? Tell people to dry their PLA and you'll, okay. Yeah, everyone, dry your PLA. Also, while I wait for the soldering, I'm going to take a moment here. Okay. So Prusa comes out. Yes, yes, I'm talking about bamboo. Bamboo, folks. Yes, I'm talking about bamboo. Okay. So Prusa comes out. They have object exclude. Object exclude is not a new thing. Clipper folks have had it for years. Okay. Object exclude, not a new thing. Prusa comes out with it. So I play around with my Mark IV with object exclude, and I'm like, this is really great. I wish the bamboos had it. And somebody's like, hey, the bamboos do have it, but the X1 only, and you have to use it on the screen. So I launch into a full like 5-minute rant, like, what the heck, bamboo? Why can't you do it on the P1 series? Okay, the P1P and the P1S. Why can't you do it? Why do I need to go to the screen? Why can't I do it through your app? And then of course I go ahead and add it to the app. So does that mean bamboo's still paying attention to me? If so, hey, how you doing? Your printers haven't caught fire in a while. So is bamboo secretly listening to me, or is it just coincidence? I'll let you decide. So we can get chat engagement going. Okay. Give printer. They don't have any printers I want. I've got the only printer that they make that I'm actually remote. Actually, technically, in my opinion, the P1S is their best printer. P1S with an AMS is the best way to go with a bamboo. Because you can buy a P1S and then you can buy the hardened hot end upgrade for like 20 bucks. Put an AMS on it. You get pretty much 90% of an X1 for a half the price. But that's just me. That's what I personally would do. Need the new AMS. I don't want the new AMS system. It's big, it's bulky, and it doesn't keep the filament enclosed. Why would I want a Prusa Mini multi-material machine? Why would I want a Prusa Mini size multi-material machine? That is so limiting. Also, it's limited to, you know, PLA and PETG only. Why would I want that a machine that limited? Oh, and if you're wondering what we're doing, we're going into the build now. So now we're going to be serious. I've got this piece right here. We got to put some heat sets in it. So that's what we're doing. 3D Chameleon on a Prusa Mini. I do. And you want to know, like, I like the 3D Chameleon. I like the Prusa Mini. You want to know how much I use them? Anytime on stream you've seen me use it, that's the only time you've seen me use it. Except for a few testing prints I did after we finished building it, just to make sure it works and whatnot. So I can, you know, I have no problem recommending that kind of setup. But I don't use it because it's a Prusa Mini with a multi-material system on it. It's very limiting. Okay, so we got that. Okay, and then we need an M5 nut. Where did I, okay. M5 nuts. Okay, so now we're actually gonna get out our little tray. I gotta print a bunch of these. I need to print a bunch of these trays. That's what I'll probably, the bamboo will probably be printing trays for the next couple days. I'm just gonna print a whole whack load of these so I have them. I'm just gonna print a ton of them. And then I need to put like little sleeves, like a little rack to put them in so I can store them. That's what I need to do. They are, I need to figure out, I have the stick-on magnetic, like the sheets that you would use on a bed. I need to put some on the back of this to see if it helps. Aren't there a stackable version? I don't want a stackable version, because if it's stackable, it's annoying. Because if you need one that's on the bottom, you gotta unstack everything. What I want is basically this that slides into a tray, because then I can put a label on it, and I can label them. So I can go like, hey, Cocoa Press build tray 1, Cocoa Press build bait tray 2. That way, if I pause a build, I could just put them in like I'll have like a bank of them, and I could just slide them into the tray, and they just sit there until I need them again. It's like, okay, time to resume the Cocoa Press build, pull it out. So all you need is take this, put a little tab on it so you can pull it out of the tray, and just put a little label on it. Gridfinity, we're gonna do that one day. I've got this whole toolbox. This is a toolbox. If you don't know what this is a 47-inch Mastercraft toolbox here that I build on. It's currently a mess because it's still set up like when I worked at the tool shop, but we are gonna Gridfinity this thing one day. We're gonna Gridfinity this thing one day and go all out on this. to make it actually useful. Okay, I think everyone's here, so now we can get to building. Okay, so we got that M5. That goes in the back, it looks like. Yeah, it goes in the back, and that was held on with an M530. Okay. That goes there, and then we need an M530. Are you empty? No, we're going to keep you there. M530. M530 button head cap screw. There we go. Design a shell so that the tray is TPU so it doesn't slide and the bench can be removed. You could do that. But then the problem is then you need to be able to multicolor print. You need to that'd be good for a Prusa XL. Because you can't really do TPU in the AMS system. The AMS doesn't do TPU too well. Same old Shane, how you doing, buddy? Hey, since you're here, I know Joe's not. Prusa's gonna have a presence at Smurf, right? Are you going to Smurf? Are you going to Smurf, Shane? I know they're going to Form next, but I'm pretty sure Prusa has a presence at Smurf. I'm assuming so. Okay, so that goes there. Suggestion for a print, a chocolate Godzilla head. Hey, Prusa will be at Smurf as far as me. I go where they tell me to go, don't know yet. Okay, speaking of Godzilla, have you seen, they put out a new trailer today for Godzilla -01? Oh, I can't wait. It's basically a remake of the original Godzilla by Toho. And I cannot wait for that. If you saw Shin Godzilla, you'd probably like it. I'm assuming it's gonna play out a lot like Shin Godzilla. So I got a feeling Shane be into that. Okay, prepping the drive unit covers. You see the 2 new short films? There were short films? No, I did not. I'll have to take a look for those if you want to link them to me on like Discord or Twitter or something. Okay, prepping the drive unit. These 2 M3 screws will act as hinge points for the drive covers. These threads specifically into the cover. Tighten fully. They like you to make noise when being tightened. Continue on the bottom screw head. Okay, so we take these 2 cover pieces and we put M3/8s in them. So we got this piece and this piece. And later on them, don't want to interrupt the flow of your stream. There's flow to these streams? I thought I just ramble about shit and build printers. Although I'm trying not to do that on this stream because I know people will probably use this again in the future as a reference for building these. So I'm trying not to ramble. And speaking of ramble, remember, if you are watching this in the future, one, leave a comment in the video description. What is your favorite candy? Just enter that in the comments below, just so I can farm engagement. Just do that for me. But also, if you are watching this in the future, be aware that this video is a product of the time. I cannot edit this video in the future. I can put little comments and whatnot, but I can't edit this video. So, see how we have this manual here that we're following? Use this stream, if you are following along with this stream, as a reference. However, the manual is your Bible. So if I do something that your manual shows to do a different way, you have a newer manual because you are in the future. Hi, how's the future? Is Half-Life 3 out yet? Let me know in the comments below too if Half-Life 3 is out. So if you are in the future, follow the manual, because if things change in the future, I can't travel in time and edit this video, unfortunately, because it's a live stream too. So again, remember, videos are always good, but they are a product of their time. So if things change in the future, be aware of that. Also, if you haven't yet, make sure you enter for your chance to win some Polymaker filament. Link in the video description. We give away a spool of Polymaker filament every stream. So these just kind of, so you put these 2 in, which we've done there. You could see the screw there. And then it just kind of hang loose. So they just kind of, oh, I see. Oh, that's clever. that is clever. So these just kind of pivot in there. Okay, so I'm gonna have to recenter this because this is nowhere near centered. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a second here just to center this slightly. So it's, I don't know if it's because I printed it everything in ABS, but everything is like, there's a slight gap kind of everywhere. Okay. It's this drive unit's not square, that's what it is. So I loosen this one. Yeah, this drive unit's not square to the frame. That's why. It's kind of crooked. Well, this is designed with PLA in mind, or correction, PETG in mind. So with ABS, I'm assuming there's like everything's going together fine. It just, there might be ever so slightly more gaps, or who knows, maybe the CAD just has gaps designed in it. I don't know. Potato, potato. There we go. Okay. So now M316, M312, M320, M316, M3 self-tap, M312, M316. Two of these go in from these sides and they lock it in. We call these the race car flaps. They serve no purpose other than being extra. They need stripes on them. You need a multicolor version because racing stripes will make the printer go faster. And again, this screws into plastic. So always be careful screwing into plastic because if you rip the threads out, you really can't undo that. And flames. Yeah, this needs flames. There you go. So now that does that. Yeah, tighten until you hear the crack, then back it out a quarter turn. Exactly. Could you put RGBs in here? You probably could. You probably could adapt these for RGB to make the printer even faster. Although personally, with the way prices are today, I would personally run green LEDs to make it more efficient, right? Like if you want faster, you put red. If you want to run a little cooler, you shouldn't have to worry about that because winter is coming. You would put blue in, but most people probably don't have to worry about that right now. But with current energy prices, you probably are gonna want to put green RGB in here just to make it more efficient, right? Okay, so we've got those installed. And then M312's in the back. Okay. Tim, I heard RGB. I just like Allen key. What do you got against Allen and his keys? Fine, you know what? Here. We'll bust out the LCT store screwdriver. Well, I dropped bits on the ground. I need to find my stubby. I don't know where I put the stubby. I used it for something, and then I put it somewhere, and now I can't remember where I put it. And it is really annoying me, because I just bought it. I think it's downstairs, but I don't know for sure. Okay, so there's, if you're wondering what we're doing, there's screws on the back we're putting in. And these go into some heat sets that we put in earlier. So, heat set, heat set. If you put a volcano on this, will it make chocolate lava cake. If you could adapt a volcano to this, it would just be a normal printer at that point, wouldn't it? Tripods here? Is he here? Where's he at? I got it on live chat. Where's tripod at? I don't know. Apparently tripod's here. Hi, tripod. Is Sam hanging out with you still? I see it on Twitter. Okay, XY gantry time. Sweet. Difficulty medium. Okay, M3 nuts and then a linear rail. Push the rail all the way back into the frame until it contacts with the acrylic panel. Okay, so we've got, what are those M3 nuts? M3s. Look at all these nuts. Okay, how many do we need? How many do we need? 6. Oop. Why did you just beep? Sam at the airport Wednesday morning. Oh, okay, so he's gone back to England. Okay, so we got to put 6. I'm gonna put both sides in right now, just because. Oh. 1, 2. What did he come here for? Did he come here for the light burn thing? 3. Oh, it might be my headphones dying because I haven't charged them in a while. Maybe that's what's going on. Might be my headphones dying. I hear like a little beep every now and then. Oh, you went to the, nice. That was something I wanted to go to, but the problem is I don't do any laser stuff. I want to do laser stuff, but I don't have a laser. I've been offered, you're a YouTuber, you know how many offers you get for those little desktop lasers, but I refuse to do anything with an unenclosed laser. I've got a kid and I don't think they're safe, so I don't touch them. So I haven't done anything with lasers, but I would have loved to have gone, but it wasn't really in the budget. Seen the Elegoo? Which one? The giant one? Eh. It's just a giant machine. Remember, building a big machine is not hard. Building a big, good machine is hard. Anyone can build a big machine. All you do is you just take everything that you use in a normal machine, you just get longer extrusions, longer rails, longer bleed screws, longer belts, longer wires, and a bigger bed. And you just build it like you normally would, just bigger. Building it big and good, that is the problem. Okay, MGN9H. Okay, so get some rails out. Do they put, no, you have the option. I think you have the option of different sizes. A machine like that should at least come with a 0.6 installed. In my opinion, a 0.8, let's be honest. Also, at that big, it better have an industrial size spool holder on it. If the spool holder that comes with it is the same one that Enders use, and it can't hold anything bigger than a 1 kilogram spool, I'm gonna laugh. I'm going to laugh. Like something that big, that's when pellet extrusions start making more sense. Can you see how the bed is mounted? It's actually like no joke, you know, it's simple. There's ain't nothing to this bed. It's literally, you've got your rails on the back that the bed rides on. You've got 2 pieces of printed part You got 2 printed parts, the bed screws to the printed parts, and your lead screws to the bed. No adjustment, no heater. It is as simple of a moving bed as you can make because it doesn't need to be any more complex. It has a bed sensor. This thing has a, it's got a probe, so it does a bed mesh. And you're printing chocolate out of a 0.8 or a 1.6 millimeter nozzle. So you just run a bed mesh and call it a day. You do not need to have geometrically accurate parts with this printer. It makes chocolate parts. You eat the parts that come out of this machine. You don't use the parts that come out of this machine to build printers. You could, and I will try and print a stealth printer front face out of chocolate at some point, but this machine has a specific use case, and that is nom. What is this printer for? It is for nom. The Elegoo Kickstarter. I can't believe they're doing a Kickstarter. Honestly, I can't believe they're doing a Kickstarter. That annoys me. Because they're doing a Kickstarter so they could basically get their money up front. Either they're worried that there isn't enough demand for it, and they're kind of wasting their time chasing this machine. Because Kickstarter at least gives them a gauge. It allows them to go, people aren't interested in this. Maybe we won't go ahead with it. You know, pretty much every printer Kickstarter passes. Has there, other than the Kokoni, or even the Kokoni passed? Speaking of, hey, the Kokoni soda, it shipped like a couple months ago, right? How you guys liking your Kokoni soda machines? Because those that backed them on Kickstarter is the first unit should have shipped by now. So how you liking your printers? Yeah, a big company like Elegoo should not be doing Kickstarter for that kind of thing, in my opinion. That's my personal opinion. I'm okay with early bird pricing. I'm okay with all that, but I think going right to Kickstarter, they're just getting paid up front. It's like pre-ordering a video game. Don't pre-order. Don't. You're better than that. Be better than that. So I am greasing these up. I'm using white lithium. I would recommend using something that's like food grade or whatever, if possible. Super lube is food grade. I believe like the thick super lube grease a lot of us use, that's food grade. I'm using white lithium because that's what I have. Yeah, I don't know if it's food grade. I don't even know where the cup. I'm assuming it's grease. I'm assuming I won't die if I accidentally ingest some of this, so I should be okay. But let's be honest, this isn't a high-speed machine, so even lubing these up is probably overkill. There we go. Might give you the runs. Yeah, that'll do it. Uh-oh, where is the other one? Oh, there it is. Okay. So, for installing your rails, where's the music? Okay, so those died. I should probably plug these in. Give me 1 second here. Okay, charge those. I haven't charged the case in a while, that's why. Come on. AirPods, bro. Come on. Come on. Connecting. Come on. There we go. Properties. There we go. Music's back. Okay. Okay, let me plug these in to charge. Yeah. There we go. I will say I haven't charged those since I got them. I got those Samsung earbuds. I got them, I charged them up, and I've been using them since I got them, and I haven't recharged the case. So that's kind of good to know they got a decent life on them. Oh, we got one defective M5 nut, or M3 nut. It's missing its ball. Some mineral oil based greases FDA. Yeah, Super Lube is food grade rated. I've had to use it in injection molds before because it's food grade. And these are held on with M3/8s. Which one, in your opinion, is better when connected to the PC? I like the earbuds. The earbuds have less issues, I find. I've had less issues with the earbuds than any of the other ones. Okay. So what I'm doing now is we are installing our rails. So what I'm doing is you line up your T-nuts first, and you just get the screws kind of started. Okay. And these are loose, so you can move them around. Okay. So you're just getting all your screws lined up. And you want it all loose, so that way you can, you know, slide stuff around, move it around to line up all your screw holes. You didn't get Raycons? No, they didn't sponsor me. The only people who use Raycons are those that are sponsored by Raycons. Apparently they're not that great. They're like not bad headphones, but they're cheap. They are cheap headphones. How much is the Cocoa Press kit? It's $1,500 US. Link in the description. Okay, so after you get your rail installed, you have these little two clips you print them out. They're little alignment jigs. So you slap those over the rail and the extrusion, and it makes sure it's centered. And then for these, you slide it all the way back, so as far back as it goes. So there's a little cutout in the panel, and you slide it till it touches the extrusion. So you slide it back as far as it goes, make sure everything's lined up. And then I like to start from the center, work my way out, tightening your screws. So I go around and finger tight everything, and then I go through and tighten. Apollo actually bought a pair. They were crap. Yeah, they're cheap. They're cheap headphones. What do you expect? Could you potentially print with clay? You can. There are clay printers out there. You can buy a clay printer. They do exist. They are a thing. I think Joel played with one on a stream at one point. It went about as well as you expected. Actually, I got an email from, I can't remember what company. Some company sent me an email saying, hey, we want to send you a clay printer, and I haven't responded because it's not really my thing. But I may say yes to it just for, you know, content. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, could you retrofit the Cocoa Press? No. The way the extrusion mechanism works on this machine is a lead screw pushing it out. I guess you technically could fill the tube with a clay of some sort, and it would just extrude like Play-Doh essentially. I personally wouldn't do it. I would get a dedicated clay machine because it'd probably gum this up pretty badly. Plus, clay machines are kind of heavy. Because clay's heavy. So you would want a different motion system, I think. But that's just my thinking aloud here. Apple, let's... Oh yeah, if you're talking about like using the AirPods on non-Apple things. Yeah, it's annoying because you can't control any of the settings. Like, I can't turn off noise canceling on these. It's always on. It's always on. How much battery do I have in them? I have no clue. I think there used to be an app you could put on your phone that would tell you. But considering I'm plugged into a computer, I got nothing. They die when they die, and the settings are the settings. To work with clay, obviously not endorsed, supported, but there's nothing stopping you. Yeah, like, it's your machine. If you want to go for it, like, personally, what I would do, I would build one of these from scratch. You can get the bill of materials. The bill of materials is freely available. You can get the bill of materials and basically build this whole machine without the hot end, or without the tool head yourself, and the bed. You would have to self-source the bed, obviously. But everything else on here is pretty much commercial off the shelf, except for the extruder, which is the chocolate portion. So if you were to go, you know, sorry, Ellie, if I'm stealing your sale, but if you wanted to build one of these specifically for clay, I don't know how the clay mechanism would work. Would you want to use the same extruder setup? Because usually the clay setups I see use like a pneumatic system for extruding the clay. Okay, got our rails installed. Okay, so we got that. So that was easy. Okay, so idler time. Get some heat sets going. What I'm tempted to do, okay, this is probably not safe, but I got my heat set iron here, right? It hangs on the side of my toolbox and it's all metal, right? Like my toolbox side is metal, it's hanging on a metal bracket. So it just hangs there. So I just leave it there to cool. But it's annoying because every time I go to use it, I have to plug it in. Would it be bad to get a switch? No, I wouldn't want to leave it in all the time. And then I could forget to do the switch and then it would be powered on. And either way. Okay. Heat set time. So we need these two pieces and we need to put some heat sets. Is that it for heat sets for a bit? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Get a smart plug. I have smart plugs. I just don't use them for that. So this piece and this piece. I fully expect this to be a printer at some point. It is up to 16 degrees in this garage now. Controlled by a bathroom fan timer for my heated tools. Huh, actually that's smart. That's how I have it downstairs. The smart plugs that I have the cameras plugged into downstairs are on a timer, so they automatically turn off every night at like 2 a.m. So if I'm streaming and I forget to turn the cameras off after the stream, they'll turn off automatically at night. The problem is I couldn't use a timer before because sometimes we do the late night streams that go until 1 in the morning. So I can't just do like, oh, turn the cameras off after 3 hours, because I regularly stream longer than 3 hours on like Saturday nights. So. I'm trying to remember, were these were printed on the bamboo, I think. I think the red parts were printed on Evora and the gold were on a bamboo. I can't remember. Or vice versa. There we go. So that's that. I really dig these designs. I really dig the changes they made to these. And that goes there, yeah. Okay. So M530 and some bearing stacks. So M530. Howdy from Texas. Hi, y'all. How's it going, eh? Oh, wait, that's not Texas. Yeah, whatever. Close enough. Close enough. How are them cowboys doing things? Bearings. So now we're building ourselves a good old-fashioned bearing stack. Okay, don't put the printer in front of the heater. That would be bad. So, that. Got ourselves some bearings. there, that over there, that can go there, bearings can go there, that can go there, that can go there, washers can come out. Howdy, eh? The changes done to the cocoa press would be transferred. No, because this, maybe, I don't know, it's hard to say. V0 is Namgria's printer. So I'm assuming he's noodling on stuff. I haven't really checked the V0 dev channel in a while. I'm assuming he may be noodling on stuff, but also remember, this is a 2020 machine. That isn't a high-speed machine, right? So there are different forces on this machine than a V0. So not everything can, you know, be transferred back over. Okay, so this screw threads into plastic, and that is that bearing stack. And it's the same on both. Nice, simple. The only problem is I hate these bearing stacks because it's like, okay, build a bearing stack. Okay, you got your washers, you got all that, and now shove it in here, and hope everything lines up. It's like, where are me tweezers at? Ah! No, my screw. Yeah, come on. Why don't we have printed washers in this part? Why don't we have printed washers for this part? Why aren't the washers designed into the part? So we can avoid having to do this whole song and dance of getting this lined up. Well, the problem is we're trying to build a bearing stack in this. Yeah. So it's like, okay, there's a screw. Okay, so prop the screw down a bit. Put that. There. Kind of get it centered and push it up. There we go. And then your hands get all cramped and you're like, ah. And then you thread into plastic. So just turn it till it stops and just make sure it's snug. Okay, so there's one front idler and then you do it again. While I'm doing this, don't forget, if you haven't entered for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, every stream we give away a spool of Polymaker filament. Link in the video description for your chance to win, so enter for that. And also while you're down there, there's some affiliate links, don't cost you anything extra, go a long way in supporting the channel. If you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do, consider becoming a channel member, Patreon supporter, gifting memberships to others, or just donating to the channel. Because I would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create, without your continued support. You make it all possible. See? Went better that time. There we go. Because, as I said in the first stream, this is not a sponsored stream. I threw my money at Ellie and bought one of these myself. So if you enjoy the content, consider supporting the channel. Okay, so now we got one T-nut on the horizontal and one on the vertical on each side, it looks like. Get back. Ooh, it's nice and warm now. Maybe I should store the printer in front of the heater more. Keeps it nice and toasty. That's that one. And that's that one. Also, keep the little rubber stoppers in until you don't need them anymore, because the last thing you want to do is take these little rubber stoppers out, move your printer around, carriage go flying, and then you're going to have a bad day. Gonna have a very bad day. There we go. So put those two on. That goes on in M510s. Okay. Are there molds to make your own chocolate slugs? I don't believe so. I'm sure you could make one. You would want to make it out of something like silicone. Because it would need to be able to handle, you would want something that you could clean reliably. Okay, so you got the two we put in here. They kind of go like that, and then you screw on your front piece. I'm sure you could. Also remember, you need to use the right kind of chocolate for this. Not all chocolates flow through this, but I'm sure you could easily make a silicone mold for these if you really wanted to. It would be, I mean, they already got molds for similarly shaped things, so. Actually, there's a kit that you could probably buy that would probably help. And we'll leave it at that. Yeah, using different chocolate. Yeah, you'd have to go through a whole trial and error process to make sure it's reliable if you use a non-cocoa pressed chocolate in here. I'm sure Ellie probably has some input on what can work. Because I'm sure they played with stuff over the years with it. But we'll just stick with endorsing the official chocolate for now. You like my hat? Well, if you like this hat, you can buy one in the store. Link in the video description or !merch. They have a merch store that I don't promote enough, but you can buy this hat today. Okay, so we've installed both of those now. Okay, so now we need these. So let's plug in our iron again. We need these two pieces. Okay, that's it for pizzas. Okay. I think they're accents. Are they accent? Yeah, they're accent. A keto chocolate. What is keto again? Keto is no gluten, right? Is that keto? Okay. So be careful with these ones on the orientation and where you put the hole. Because there are, as you can see, 3 holes here, and make sure you put in the right one. So make sure you check the orientation. So if you're looking at it from this side, it is of the 3 holes, it is this one right there. It's the middle hole of the 3, because the other ones are threaded. Yeah, the other ones are threaded, so it's the non-threaded hole. So make sure you put in the right hole. It's always important. Keto is no fun. 0 sugar. Ooh. I mean, I drink Coke Zero. Does that count? If you're wondering what I'm doing is I'm pushing the heat set part on this because it's flat, just to, it mushes a little bit at the top. So it just kind of makes it's nice and flat. Just admit you're trying to print bacon. Bacon printer? Bacon printer when? Bacon printer now. Okay, so we got that. And now we need these pieces. Mirror on the wall. The XY joints use similar but not identical mirrored parts. Be sure to closely match the printed parts you're using to the picture. Ensure you're using the correct part. Okay, so let's get those parts. One. Okay, so we're gonna do this one first. So it's this one. Okay, M530s. So they go through that hole. Okay. I'm gonna change this close-up camera here. Move you over here. There's the close-up camera. Okay, so we're so slightly tight on these. Oh yeah, this is the Sparta stuff. I keep forgetting the Sparta stuff prints ever so slightly tight on my V0 or on my V2 downstairs. I don't think these are threaded. No, they're just, you know what it is? It's that first layer. It's that first layer squish. No, it's just tight. Oh well. What game am I playing now? Baldur's Gate 3. I mean, at least now we don't have to worry about these falling out when we build the bearing stacks. Okay, so we got ourselves bearing stacks. So on this one, you got, there we go. Okay, so let's build this bearing stack. So that one is washer, bearing, washer. Get some of these out. We're probably gonna need 4 of them. I think I printed a whole bunch of these just to be safe. I may have extra. Any particular soldering iron you prefer to press heat sets? The cheapest one you can. I bought this really cheap one off Amazon years ago. The end unscrews to change the tips because I like these ones because the tips fit with the LDO heat set tip that they give you with this kit. And a lot of the LDO kits I think come with it. So, okay, and then that, ooh, hi, wrong camera, and that goes there. Okay, and then on this one, spacer on the bottom, washer, bearing, ooh, wrong way around, washer. There we go. So those are, there's the one XY joint. And then we have a front piece. Okay. Oh, this is this piece? Yeah, it's this piece. Oh, I see, okay. So this is that joint piece that we put that heat set in at the beginning. And then we put that on. Screw together M530. Okay. So got this. That goes like that. Make sure you get the right one. Yeah, this. No, it goes like this. Yeah, it goes like this. So this one goes here. Okay. Get that started. Okay. And then an M530 or an M330 all the way through. Apparently, M330, M330, M340, M320. M330. That heart emoji on the YouTube that blocks the most recent comment. Gator, that's a good question because it annoys the hell out of me. It is so annoying. I wish I knew how to get rid of it too, because literally it annoys the heck out of me. Because I have the same thing. I'm trying to read comments and I can't read them because there's that in the way. You're hungry. I'm hungry. Need to build this printer quick so we can eat. Although it'll probably be tomorrow. I'm hoping we can get it printing tomorrow. There we go. Voila. Make sure your bearings spin. So we just put that M3 through it. And now we do the other side. Sweet. Hide element. Yeah, I guess you could hide the element. Let me see if I can do that. Block element. Create. Oh no, okay. Dang it. Okay, it hides the one element. Block element. Create. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Dang it. Are we printing today? No, we're not going to be printing today. I would love to print today, but that ain't happening. So now we're doing the opposite XY joint, which is pretty much the same, only not. So make sure you don't get them mixed up, because otherwise you're gonna have a bad time. Download extension. I don't know about you guys, but I am really hesitant nowadays to install add-ons. Like I've got uBlock installed on here. I am just, the way things have been going with apps and network security and stuff being, you know, leaks I'm just hesitant to install more than I need to nowadays. Internet Explorer. Yeah, you need all your toolbars. Remember those days? Remember those days? Okay, so we got spacer, bearing stack, spacer. Okay. Spacer, bearing stack. And then bearing stack. Spacer. And hopefully that's it for flanged bearings, because I am all out now. Okay. Then we put the lid on. Pie hole. Pie hole is for ads though, not the little heart that pops up in the corner, right? I need weather bug and bonsai buddy. Hello there. And the M330 goes right through the stack. Whoever reads the cookie warning. Well, you can blame the Europeans for that, which good for them. But they basically made it so that you're not allowed to collect. Yeah, the reason all those sites now have the cookie thing is because before they just collected all your data without asking you, and then the EU said no, you have to ask first. So now all websites have that now. Ever find the stubby? I haven't looked for it yet. It's either on my shelf here or it's in the basement. I just haven't looked for it yet. Hey, so we got that. We got that. And oh, we got an extrusion now. Ooh, an extrusion. Ooh. Okay, what are we building? What are we building here? We got some M5 nuts on the A extrusion, and we're attaching that. When will my reflection show? Double check that your XY joints follow the diagram on the page accurate. Otherwise, a partial or full disassembly of the XY gantry may be required to resolve the issues. Okay. So let's build this. So we need 2 on the top. Greetings from the plastic world to all of you. That's like, isn't there an episode of The Simpsons where Homer goes to the chocolate world? I'd rather go to the chocolate world. I'd play the clip, but I get copyright stricken. Okay, so that's that. And then that slides on each side, and it's M510s. So where are these M510s at? There are the M510s. Ratchet away from the mic. But the ASMR. Don't you like ASMR? Sent the filter Discord for that annoying element. Yeah, I'll worry about it later. Okay, so these go on a specific way. So if we're holding it like that, that goes on like this. There we go. By the way, you know how last stream I was saying like the screws seem different compared to normal LDO kits? So apparently this kit ships with like high quality stainless steel screws and accessories. So last stream I was like, everything looks shiny on this kit. Like all the hardware looks shinier than normal. That's because it is. It's actually like a higher quality stainless steel screws and everything for this kit, which is actually really nice to see because food grade and whatnot. So high quality stainless steel accessories are included with this kit, or hardware at least. I don't know about the rails. The rails I would still want to make sure they got at least some sort of grease or lube on them, just because they are rails. They are a little bit more susceptible to that kind of stuff. Up, make sure that lines up. There's like little stops. This goes in only so far. Okay. M510s at the top, not so fast, don't tighten them. Leave these 6 screws loose for now. We will tighten them later when the gantry is installed on the machine. And those are M530s. Which are these guys? So you want these a little loose, because when you put them in the machine, you're going to have to adjust for racking and tension and whatnot. Okay, M3 nuts, balance, harmony, center the rail and extrusion as best you can. Put all the nuts in. All the nuts, apparently. Which makes sense considering it's holding up a pretty heavy tool head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Coconut oil if you need grease. I would not use coconut oil as lube in this machine. 2. Simply for the fact that it would just be left there and it could go bad. And then cleaning out rotten coconut oil out of a carriage is probably not the most fun thing to do in the world. I mean, it wouldn't be hard. You just disassemble, throw it in an iso bath and an ultrasonic and call it a day. But it still doesn't sound like fun. One more rail. Yeah, rancid coconut oil is probably not fun. How many people do we even have in the stream right now? We got 265 people. Cool. Everyone, make sure you like that smash button too. Do the thing. Like the smash button. Do it. Do it now. Put the grease in here. Super lube. Yeah, I recommended people use super lube. I'm just using white lithium because that's what I got, but super lube is food safe, so that's what I would recommend using. Are we printing yet? No. We're gonna get a chocolate benchy. I will print a chocolate benchy. I know y'all want your chocolate benchy. I will print a chocolate benchy. Don't worry. So now I gotta line up all these screws. Okay, and those are held on with M3/8s, and then we still have the little cover guides that we use. Okay, so M3/8s. I heard someone complain that the PTFE and super lube could clog linear rail bearings. Never had an issue. I mean, it's a lube. How would it clog? Like, I could see if it like dried out really badly, somehow it would, but Thomas gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers, appreciate it. It's a lube. How would it clog? Like, unless they, like, I could see depending on how big the rails are, like the carriages, like an MGM7, if they use like a really thick PTFE lube, because you can get it in different grades, right? But it's like, how is the lube edible? Super lube is food safe. I wouldn't call it edible. I would call it, you won't die if you eat it. And if it touches food, you probably won't notice. But I'm assuming if you ate a bunch of it, it'd be like eating olive oil. You can technically eat olive oil. Like, for you preppers out there, olive oil is extremely calorie dense. We're talking like a jug of like olive oil is like several thousand calories, okay, for a small bottle. However, if you were to eat an entire, or drink, I guess, an entire bottle of olive oil, you ain't keeping those calories in you for long. Let's put it that way. Okay, put the little guides on it so we make sure it's centered on the rail. And now, center the rail as best you can. Okay. I'm just going off the printed part, so that lines up with that side, that lines up with that side right about there. Yeah, it looks good enough. Start with the middle, work our way out. Finger tight first, then go through and tighten, tighten. You'll throw it all up. I don't think you're going to throw it up, but it is going to make its way out of you very quickly. I know it was a thing when I was in the army that if you had somebody you didn't like, you would put a few drops of CLP in their morning coffee, and they would spend most of the day in the Blue Rocket. I know that was a thing back in the day. There we go. Okay. So because this has all the rails in it, obviously we don't have the stop in it. And it does look like it can. We'll just keep that in the middle. Just keep that in the middle. This chat is the best. It is. This is the most bumpin' 3D printing centric live stream channel there is. Trust but verify. Double check your work. The bearing positions to match the image above. Okay, 1 second. Punch in. No. We good? We good? Okay, so now we drop that on and press the XY joints outward so they're flush with the carriages, then move the gantry all the way to the rear machine. Click, click, make sure that the gantry collides with the rear of the machine. The Y limit says should click, 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 click. Okay, and then M316s hold it in place. Okay, M316s. M316s, did I dump them all? No, M312s. Oh, here they're over here. Pez, Liz, Pez Liz. Is it Pez Liz or Liz? It's just Liz. Is it Liz or Pez Liz? Liz. Liz. Calcium citrate. What the heck is that? Okay, so I'm gonna do this slightly out of order. I'm gonna drop this on and put the screws in first and then move it around. But that's just me. You have yours up and running now, Liz, don't you? You had a beta unit of these, didn't you? I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure you have a beta unit, if I remember correctly. All I know is these are so much more bulkier than the V0 XY joints. I have a few things to tune in, but this beta canister, awesome. Because I know a few people had beta units. Just don't know exactly who. There we go. Do you have one of these, Hedgehog? Your pre-order is scheduled for first week of 2024. Awesome. Yeah, because remember, all the kits got to get assembled by LDO and then shipped to overseas to Ellie and then shipped to you. So with the holidays coming up and whatnot, it kind of makes sense. You virtually built one. Ah, okay, close enough. Okay. There we go. So obtain those. So there's M316s. Hold those to the rails. Slide this, take these out, take the nubbins out, take the nubbins out. I like to keep these. I don't know why I keep these. I never do anything with them, but I always keep them. And it's like, I'll use them for something. And then I never do. Okay, so push it all the way to the back. That's our Bible, and then we tighten down our screws. All I know is I am so happy it's actually warm out here. It is currently 17.9 degrees Celsius out here. Considering last stream, we finished the stream and it was, what was it, 11? We started the stream and it was like 9 Celsius, and by the time we finished the stream, it was like 11 Celsius. You hear the click? They really should consider an all stainless steel milled spec for professional. What do you mean all stainless steel? Like all the screws on this are stainless steel. What do you mean all stainless steel? Does the cold affect the preheat time of the machines? Not really. Like how it for preheating, think about it. You're heating up from 20 to 100 or 10 to 100. Okay, so that clicks. Nice smooth motion. Versus printed parts. Oh, well, yeah, but like, cool. Add another $500 to $600 to the cost of the kit. You could, I guess, you know, you have the STLs. You could go to a milling service and get everything machined if you really wanted to. You don't really need to though. Like this is food, like Ellie went through it all. This is all properly food safe rated and everything. Like I wouldn't print your plastic parts out of white, but anything in the actual food making zone is properly rated food safe. So adding machine parts to this would increase the cost dramatically. It would increase the cost dramatically. What is food grade filament? I mean, technically this is just ABS. This is just, you know, the same plastic as a keyboard or whatever. Like it's just ABS. Okay, test the gantry motion. Ooh, look at that. Look. That's the thing. So we got these now. Okay. The R extrusions for rounded. They've got curved extrusions. Yeah, you would have to redesign pretty much this whole, well, here's the thing. You could probably CNC most of these parts. You could take the STLs one-to-one and CNC them. It would be a huge waste though. You could get by pretty much redesigning this entire machine using nothing but brackets from Send Cut Send. It's like a V0. Like look at the AB motor mounts on, like, go look at the carbon fiber kit from Chaotic Lab for a V2. It's all just plates. It's plates and spacers. The reason all these have these funky shapes and whatnot is for, like, because you have to, like, make it strong and whatnot with FDM. But if you're just using, you know, 1/4 inch steel plate, or even 1/8 inch steel plate, or 5/16 or 3/16 steel plate, or even aluminum plate, or even carbon fiber plate, you can make it a lot simpler, just plates and spacers instead of all this funky geometry. Okay, so we got 2 in the back, 1 in the front. Easy peasy. Oh, those are M5s, sorry. Two in the back, 1 in the front. All right, is this another bad one? Oh, that might be another. Oh no, you got a ball in it. You're just not. Oh, it's these ones don't have the. Okay, that's why. These ones don't have the little line down the middle to help stabilize it. Okay. And then, so take those screws out that we put in. The screws that hold the camera do not need to be fully removed in order. Oh, so you just undo them a bit. That swings up. We drop those on. So 2 in the back, 1 in the front. And then we tighten them with M510s. Okay. It doesn't have to come out the way, but it's got to come out most of the way. There we go. Okay, so those come out. So now, got 2 in the back, 1 in the front. And M510s. Any good movies to share? I watched the D&D movie with the wifey the other day. I liked it. So if you want a good little fun movie, watch the D&D movie. I liked it. Wifey liked it too. And then that's pretty much it for movies that I've seen lately. The one with Chris Pine. Yeah, the one with Chris Pine. And then what else? I think that's about it for movies. I really don't watch a lot of movies anymore. Like, I can't remember. The last movie I went to go see was like... The last movie I went to a movie theater to see was Avatar 2, I think. Home cinema. Not so much home cinema. I just don't watch movies anymore. I watch more YouTube and Twitch than anything, to be honest. Went to see it when I saw it like opening weekend. It was packed when I saw it. Yeah, come on. Last Indiana Jones. I haven't seen that one. I have like no desire to. I don't know. I don't know what it is with movies. I don't know if it's I'm just tired of remakes and existing IPs. I haven't seen any of the new Star Wars stuff since Book of Boba Fett. I haven't watched any Marvel stuff since Multiverse of Madness. Okay, so we got those in. I guess we put the covers back on. I guess we close the covers after, I guess. Close the engine bay. Close the covers. Well, okay, so we close the engine bay. Oh, this looks so good with those curved extrusions are so nice. Watch Ahsoka. I haven't seen Ahsoka. I haven't seen Andor. I haven't seen Boba Fett season 2 or whatchamacallit? Mandalorian season 3. I don't know. I just got bored. I don't know. Book of Boba Fett was annoying because it sucked. The only good parts of Book of Boba Fett were the parts that didn't have Boba Fett in it. Look at that. That's so good looking. It looks so good. Okay. X carriage time. Hell yeah. Okay. Heat set time. Yeah. I've heard good things about Andor. Good, missing out. I probably will sit down and binge it at one point. Honestly, you know what's keeping me from watching it? My computer doesn't have my wife's credentials on it for Disney Plus. We have it on the TV, but I don't watch TV. Like, I rarely sit down and watch TV. I'll watch everything on my computer. Way down, Hadestown. Heat set shown below. Well below the surface of the print. Take care, they are seated all the way on the X carriage, may not fasten together properly. Okay, so these got to really go down low apparently. Okay. Oh yeah, I see. Okay. So we've got, so that one goes there, and then that goes there, and then we get 2 in the back. Okay. I've watched, I think I've watched some of Rebels. I think I watched like a recap video that like explained all the Rebels plot type thing. I just don't watch TV. I just don't. I don't know if it's... There we go. Is this open source? Not really. It is a commercial product. It's based on the V0, and the parts that need to be open source are open source, but not fully. Okay, so these go down here, and oh, these got to sink in really deep. Okay. And if you're worrying about compliance with the Voron OpenGL licenses and whatnot, RCF, Max, the guy who's the head of Voron, who founded Voron, designed this. So it's all in compliance with all licensing and whatnot. Been watching, I haven't watched any of The Boys either. I've heard it's good, much better than the book or the comics. I just, again, haven't got around to watching it. Just haven't. I think I blame, honestly, to be honest, I blame Game of Thrones. I blame Game of Thrones. After Game of Thrones, I am so bitter about getting invested in a show that hasn't finished yet. I just won't. It's like, they can end it really shittily. I'm not gonna waste my time until it's over. So I do that. I just blame Game of Thrones for ruining my ability to enjoy an in-progress series of shows. So, Thank you, D&D or D&B or whatever the guys are called. Okay, so that's that, that's that, that's that. We got the heat sets in. We're all good there. That goes like that. Okay. I think we're good there. Oh, there's a little bit of room left. There we go. Okay. So those are installed. And now we got this little piece. Okay, so orientation matters. Okay, so that's that. So I gotta find that piece. Is that an accent piece or a main color piece? That looks like a main color piece. And then there is this little tab, which is also a main color piece. Okay. So M3 or M530 goes in with 10 millimeters sticking out. Okay. Next assembly version will have callouts for different accent parts. Nice. So this has to stick out 10 millimeters. One, two. Get the thread pitch is 1 mil. Yep. So fun fact, M5 screws have a thread pitch of 1. So 1 full rotation is 1 millimeter. Can't see, can't see. There we go, 10 mil exactly. Okay, so that is that. So that's a 10 mil gap there. Tell me what's wrong with this picture. Does that mean M2 point? No. It depends on the screw. There's fine thread, there's coarse thread. There's different types, there's different thread pitches. For metric, a lot of it you'll see is M5 by 1, or you'll see it's either by 1 or by 0.5, or like the 2 common ones. And then it gets bigger from there. So you might see M12 by 1.5. The by 1.5 or the by whatever, like, how's the actual call out work? It's M12 by length, or was it M12 something by, anyways, I can't remember the exact, it's been a while since I looked at a Fastenal cabinet, put it that way. So that's 2 millimeters long, so 1, 2. But there is a call out for the thread pitch. There we go, 3 mil. Standard is 0.8. Is it 0.8? It's been a while. M5 screw thread pitch. M5 is oh, you're right, it is 0.8. It is 0.8 for M5 and 0.5 for fine thread. You are correct. I was wrong. So then what is 1? M6 is 1. That's what it is. M6 is the one we used a lot in the shop I worked at for like the smaller metric screw. We used M6, M12, and then whatever after. So I was close. Close. I mean, what's 0.2 mil? Come on, what's 0.2 mil? It's nothing. Okay. So now we have this in the right orientation. We take this other part. This is that line I was telling you about. That's a rendering error. Okay. So orientation matters. Wait, is this the right part? This isn't the right part. This isn't the right part. The over-center action of this latch and its ability to hold the extruder in place depending on the orientation. Make sure it matches this diagram. So if that goes like that, that goes like that. That is not right. This is not the right part. Am I missing the part? I can't. Oh, shit. Shit. Okay, I'll see if I can show you why I'm confused here. So if you look, you have this ramp that ramps up, and then it ramps down here. But I've got, it ramps up, but then it doesn't ramp down. This part looks different than that part. Can I show the part? So this is the part I have. So see, this side matches, but this side is like backwards. See how it ramps up? So yeah. So on mine, see how this ramps down? This ramps on the opposite side, it ramps up. So I don't know if this is a different revision. You have the newest part. Sorry, the part was changed after the manual was in progress. Okay, so again, this is why you always, well, okay. In this case, the manual's wrong. But always try and reference the manual, because you never know. Okay, so that goes through, I guess. Yeah, metric pitch is millimeter per thread. Yeah, so on metric, if it's M61, that means each, you know, peak to peak of a thread is 1 mil, okay? When you're measuring inch threads, so 1 inch whatever, it's how many threads per, I can't remember what it is. It's threads per distance versus distance per threads. Okay, so now we got this. It does this. Okay. Does it just... Okay. So just down. Threads per inch. Threads per inch. That's what it is. It's funny, you get out of it, like, I'm realizing now, I haven't been in the trade now for over 1.5 years. And it's like I'm sure I could jump right back to it. But it's like, oh, wow, oh, well, shoot, okay, maybe I don't remember it all exactly. Okay, so we got our X extrusion, our printed alignment tool, orientation matters. Okay, cool. So I guess that just kind of orientates like that. The T-nuts used here cannot be secured correctly if upside down. Their tension detent will be off the extrusion. Okay, so when we put these M5s in, make sure you have the hole facing down. Okay, so we'll put those in. Are you still the names of my coworkers? Some of them. I honestly don't talk to any of them. I have a few of them on Facebook, and that's about it. Most of the people I worked with were old, annoying boomers. Like, there are a few of the younger people I talk to every now and then. But for the most part, most of them were old, annoying boomers. Okay, once the bearings are in place, remove the printed alignment. Okay, so you use this alignment tool to make sure your bearings are in the right spot. Oh, that's clever. So we got a 625 bearing, which is a non-flanged bearing, and a washer, and then we use an M510. Okay. Do you like the mail? You don't have Facebook? I have Facebook, but I don't use it for anything this related. I have a personal Facebook for family stuff, and that's about it. So if you do find me, which some of you have, and if you send me a friend request, I will dutifully ignore it and delete it. Okay, so I'm just gonna get these started, and then I'll locate them after. Okay, so that one started. Such is the curse of manufacturing job. It is. Like, here's the thing. I liked the job. It's just the company and the coworkers got really annoying. Like, let's be honest. The company died the minute it got bought out by a foreign investment firm. Because then it all became about the profits. Okay, so we use this to center everything. Okay. I used to work as a machinist. I worked, my official job designation was a tool and mold maker. I have my ticket, or I had my ticket. I don't anymore because it's expired because I haven't renewed it. But I was my ticket as a mold maker. So I built plastic injection molds. Okay, so that's that. So once we're done with that, we can take the jig off because that's just a temporary jig. Okay, and then that snaps into those two halves, it looks like. Okay, let me... so... which side is which? That side's... okay. Oh, no, it goes this way. Is it this way? It goes this way. Yeah, this way. So make sure you have this in the right orientation, it looks like. Ooh. Look, look, helicopter. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a guy thing or what, but every time I hear a helicopter, I gotta go outside and look at it. Oh, wow, this is tight. Okay, maybe printing these in ABS was a problem. I mean, I'm gonna get them in. You have ways of making these fit. I printed everything 1-to-1. I didn't do any resizing. You must not live anywhere near an airport. I live actually, I don't live close to an airport, but I live in the flight path of an airport. I also live next to a lake, and I live in the flight path of an American base. When they fly from one base to another, they fly over my house. So I actually get quite a bit of planes and whatnot flying overhead. There we go. There we go. Tappa, tappa, tappa. Perfect. Okay. So that's that. And then that goes in. So let's see. So we're looking at it from the back. And so that goes in like that. And that goes, okay, so that goes in, okay. Okay, so this goes in. Okay, this is kind of hard to show on camera. But you got the back of your part here. And this kind of goes in here, like that. And then you get an M340, which is a nice long boy, where they teach pilots to fly F-22s. Oh, nice. There is an American National Guard base on the other side of Lake Erie from me, basically. So every now and then they do like a transport, like they move stuff between that base and another base, and it flies overhead. So I see Galaxies every now and then. A lot of helicopters, A-10s, because we're also in like the flight path. Anytime they do a flyover of any of the Detroit stadiums, they fly over our house. So like opening day for the Tigers, it's always cool when you look up and you see, you know, like 5 or 6, you know, A-10s lining up, flying over your house. You're like, I don't want, I like Bert. I've heard Bert in person. It's really cool in person. I don't want to hear it right now. Am I screwing into plastic here? I'm screwing into plastic here. Okay. So that makes a pretty... There we go. Okay, so that's that. And then M540s through the top and the bottom. Okay. There must be an agreement in place to let them fly over. Yeah, it's called NATO. Well, Canadian and American airspace, if you're flying, you pretty much, it's military. They just do what they do. Like I've traveled across the border with the Army. It's called a NATO travel order. You show up at the border, you go, hi, we have a bus here. We have 50 something Canadians on it. We all have rifles and machine guns. Here's a piece of paper from NATO. Let us through. And they let you through. They really can't do anything about it. NATO travel orders are fun, which makes it really fun on the way back when you stop at the duty free and you load up and they still can't stop you. And it's like, what do you got? Stuff. Where'd you get it? Somewhere. Can we check? No. There we go. So this like mechanism here is like, I think the lock and unlock. Ooh, what's that? We've got that. We've got our end stop, and then we got that cover piece. Okay. Use the zip tie mount to. Okay, so we got to get the zip tie. So let's get the wiring kit for our X end stop, which is this guy right here. We're gonna go into the lake in our backyard and watch New England Patriots fly over the circle area. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Like, I used to live near the airport, like close to the airport when I was a kid. And every time there was an air show, like our house used to be under the area where they would like practice before the air show. And it was really cool. Okay, so it's got, looks like it has an end stop hookup on both sides, but we only use the one, but okay. And that aims down. Okay, so this will go here. So we get our self tappers out. So it's going to suck for the Europeans tomorrow because we're going to finish the stream. Oh, I'm hoping to finish the build tomorrow, but it'll be a later night. Oh, wait. That's the wrong size. Ooh. That's right, they give you the right size. Aha. Steve, hey Steve. How you doing? Everyone say hi, Steve. Spam chat, get that engagement up. so the wires use the zip tie to relieve this. So which way do these go? I'm assuming they go this way? Because we've got a little cover piece here that I gotta find now. Aha. Nope, that's not the right cover piece. That's not the right cover piece. Oh, I'm dumb. So this cover piece has the 2 holes in it. Oh, that's why there's. So then where is this piece? Uh-oh. I am missing that piece. I am missing that piece. That piece I do not have. I have this piece, but I don't have this piece. Shoot, I'm missing that piece. I've got this piece. That ain't a piece. Shit. Do I need that piece? I might be able to not have it for now. What is that piece called? How am I missing a piece? Is it in here? No, it's not. Did it fall off the printer? No, it didn't fall off the printer. Where's the bamboo? Bamboo, carbon, there we go, cool. Load up, we got the texture plate, resync all my colors, yeah. Go to devices, yeah, it's super annoying. No, I've got all the filament loaded in the V0, or in the bamboo, because I was doing a multicolor print. So I have all the colors in the bamboo. There we go, I'll prepare. Resync, okay. So, into 3D models, Cocoa Press. XY gantry. X gantry, extruder, cable cover. Range. Okay, which? I don't see it. It's not under the extruder. XY, would it be into one of these? Is it this guy? Okay, it's this guy. Did I print that guy? It would appear I did not. Okay. Yep, I did not print that, but I don't need it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it printed. It's an accent piece, okay. It is an accent color, okay. Slice plate. And print. There we go. So luckily I don't need it. It's just a cover, so I can put it on later. So I'll put it on later. So I'll just leave it for now, and we'll just carry on with the build, and so when you put this on, this goes over it, and you screw through it all to lock it all in place. Okay. So now we need our inductive probe. Unlikely he said no. What did I say no to? I didn't say nothing. Okay, so for this, that goes up there and the wires come out the right side. And then it screws in with 2 M316s. Okay. Ooh, wow, that's a tight turn, but okay. So I'm gonna put it right at the bottom. So M316s. I think these are the M316s. Are these M316s? No, these are M3. Yeah, these are M316s. Okay. No, we're not gonna be printing today. Maybe tomorrow. I'm gonna be streaming this build tomorrow night as well. So maybe tomorrow we'll get it printing. Can I print a stealth burner? I will try to print a stealth burner in chocolate. The problem is the weight. Ellie, at stock settings, how many benchies do you get out of a single slug? That's the thing. It's only like 93 to 4 benchies. Yeah. So you don't really get a ton of prints out of a slug because yeah, it's chocolate. It's dense. Each slug I think is 90 grams. So what you can do if you want to know, download the latest beta version of Prusa Slicer, load it up because there's a CocoaPress profile built into it. So you can plan out and see what you can print. So what we're doing, I've got the probe screwed in. I'm running the zip ties through the side. Make it look good. Print a CocoaPress slug out of a CocoaPress slug. Unfortunately, chocolate, you can only melt and re-solidify it so many times, I believe. So while it would be funny, I think you kind of ruin your chocolate by doing that. Articulated slug. You could do that. They've already done it. I think Ellie already did one. There's a picture on the CocoaPress site. Okay. Locking mechanism. Use an M5 nut as the lock nut position. Use an M5 nut as the lock nut. Hi, my name's Taylor. I'm from Canada. I speak English. Use the M5 nut as a locking nut to position this socket head cap screw exactly 33 millimeters from the end of the extrusion. This will be used as a latching mechanism for the tilt head action. The fastener guide has this diagram to scale and make it easier to perform correctly. The fastener guide. Oh, okay. So we've got an M540. We've got a single hex nut. So just to double check, it's 33 millimeters to the bottom of the cap head of the screw. Not the top. It's 33 millimeters to the bottom. So screw that in. Right there. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then we put this nut in there. And then I get my wrench that I totally have. I have a wrench in here. I have a wrench. I don't have a wrench. I've got pliers. There we go. $33 mil, okay. So now, haha, So see, it's locked. That is solid. And then what you do is you flip this back and then you can tilt. That's how you tilt it. That's how you load the slug. And then that comes up. Oh, that is a solid locking mechanism. Oh shit. There is no play in that. Well, Max really outdid himself with that. Holy shit. Max really outdid himself with that. How do you make a repeatable, robust locking mechanism using off-the-shelf parts for this application? Good job, Max. Okay, test the locking action. Make adjustments. You can adjust the position of the screw. So yeah, it's supposed to be. Oh. Yeah, that is literally like that. That is. There is no play in this when this is locked up. Like none at all. And then you just unlock it. Ooh, that is real nice. I like it. Okay. And then we mount it on with M3/8. What time is it right now? 1:12. Ooh, a new video from Ivan Miranda. So now we mount this on here. Okay, make sure we don't pitch any wires. We're good there. 3/8. The only thing with stainless steel screws is they're not magnetic, and that annoys me. There we go. So that's that. And it's like, okay, time to unload the chocolate. You flip that and you do that. Nice. Now we look like that. Yay. Belting time. Yay. Do we get 2 separate belts? Yay, we got 2 separate belts. Good. Now we do everyone's favorite thing and belt up the core XY mechanism. And these belts are gates. The belt path. CocoaPress printer used a belt path based on the popular core XY pattern. The individual belt paths are stacked on top of each other. Equal belt tension is important for the proper function of a core XY mechanism. Belt length. Okay, so we got to do some heat sets there. So loosen those all the way. Belting the printer. So it's, let's say, secure the belts. Okay. So I'm going to do what I normally do. So here's the thing. They use these really fancy, like you put a heat set in them and it locks them in place and it's super nice. I'm going to cheat because I've got these. Where are they? So instead of using the printed parts, which you could use, and I recommend you use, but I've got these guys because I built the V00. And because I built a V00, I had to buy, oh, and this was before kits, I had to self-source these stupid little flat M3 nuts. Okay. So instead of using the printed belt holder, I'm using these. Because I have 50 of them, and they cost me way too much because I had to buy them from Masumi. So I'm gonna use them. So, yeah. Yeah, I've got the same bag, Timmit. We all do. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put one side in. This is Core XY. Belting Core XY is always a pain to do on camera. You've seen me do it a million times. I'm just gonna do it. Masumi are open builds. Oh, you're right. They might be open builds, which probably cost me even more. So what I'm gonna do is just do both belts. Tighten both on one end and then just run them. Maybe Nero will cry like you did. Why were you crying? What's the cry about, Liz? I'll have to work on. Oh, it's Maker Beam. Okay. Why was Liz crying? What's going on? Why is Liz crying? What? Did I miss something? Where in Michigan are you from? Nowhere in Michigan. Why do you think I'm in Michigan? I am from the great country of Canada, eh? Okay, so I don't know how much leftover I'm supposed to have. Let me check the manual. Does it say anything about how much leftover you should have? Okay, whatever. We'll just do my normal amount, and if I gotta trim it, I'll trim it. Do all that, so that goes through there, that goes through there. If you wonder all the pictures, there it is. Jason! $50, cheers, appreciate it. Finally to see chocolate machine built by Nero. Much easier and straight than a V0. Yes, yes, this is a heck of a lot more simple than a standard V0 build, that's for sure. That is for sure. Okay, so when it comes to belting Core XY, the most important thing is basically your belt tension is equal. So LDO made it easy by including two separate belts. Normally you would just take your belt, cut it in half and go from there, or run one belt, cut it, and then cut the other belt the same length. Because you want to make sure your belt tension is even. Because if it's even, it's easier. So let's belt this up. So this goes through there. So we'll do the bottom one first. So that goes there. That comes around here. Make all the annoying noises while I shuffle the printer around. You can go in here. That goes through here. Oh my god, this is so much easier. Like, this is so open. Probably could have taken the top off to make this easier, but whatever. Coda, move, buddy. What are you crying about? Yeah, mommy's got to go to work. What are you doing, buddy? I'm gonna take the racing flaps off. What? So the layout of my house, like the front door is right here, like it's a landing. So the garage door is open. I'm looking at the landing. My wife's trying to leave for work, and the dog is just plomped on the floor right in front of the door, refusing to move and whining. Mommy's got to go to work, Coda. Now he's rolling over looking for pets. Why is this rocking? Oh, because it's not on the tablet. There we go. Okay. So this will make it easier. So that goes around that. That comes out here. And this comes around here. That comes around here. That comes around there. That comes around there. That comes around there. And then we gotta fit this. Through there. Oh, no. Okay, it would help if I can actually use these tweezers as tweezers. I gotta fix them. There we go. Why did I think this part would be the easiest part? Shoot. Get through your hole. Come on. This would probably be easier if I put a little... Make sure I got enough slack for all this. That's probably why it's not working. There we go. Oh my god, slack. Who'd have thought having slack in the system would be what you need to actually push the belt through the hole. Get in your hole. Oh, oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, gotcha. There we go. One belt done. Second belt time. Put the tweezers. There we go. Yeah. Oh, this one's gonna be annoying. I probably should have did the other way first. Shoot. Yeah, let's undo this, and I'll go the other way on this one. Okay, so take this belt out, tighten that up, so we don't lose it. Okay, and we'll go the other way on this one. So you come out here. There we go. Put our little stopper on it. I was going to complain about the noise the bamboo is making, but I did a print on the VZBot the other day. I can't complain anymore. Also, I just pulled the belt out that I just spent all that time trying to put in. Shit. Yeah. Dang it. Ah, shoot. There we go. Oh, come on, come on, you got it, you got it. There you go. Oh, no, 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 no. You stay through there. There we go. Okay. Come on. Yep, so that goes around there. That goes around there. That goes around there. That goes around. Oh, print's done. Nope, nope, twisted. Drive gear, around the drive gear. And come out there. Go. And that goes through there. And we get the little pliers, so we can push it through there. Then go through here. Voila. Done. That is the easiest it's ever been to belt up a V0-esque printer, I will say. That is probably the easiest it's ever been to belt up a V0-esque printer. Okay, so now move you over here. Loosen this so I can get both of these behind. Okay, come on. Okay, tighten that. Ooh, get back here. Get back here. There we go. So usually how I like to do this is I start with one side even. Get that nice and tight and good. What's the X1 doing? It's printing a part I missed to print, which it's done now. Yay. Oh. Oh, now I know why I don't have that part. It popped off the fucking bed. Close. Where's the reprint button? Reprint, reprint, print, 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 print now. He's good. Okay. So, make sure everything's riding on the pulleys. We are good on the pulleys there. That's good there. That's good there. Okay. What print surface does the Cocoa Press use? It uses silicone baking mats that attach to the bed. So it uses a silicone baking mat that you attach to the bed. There we go. The kit comes, like the bed itself is steel. You got these little thumb screws, but the actual print surface are these, which are reusable silicone baking mats. Okay. Okay, that's good. So now I'm going to line up my belt pathing because I really don't like that. So we've got these little set screws in the back here, or these grub screws. So now we're going to line up our belt path. Drop that down a bit. Just a bit, just a bit. Bring it up just a bit. There we go. Tighten that. There we go. Okay. So that one is good. I'm just readjusting the drive gear position on the screw. I'm slightly not perfect. I'm going to take this chance now while everything's open to make it perfect, or at least perfecter. There we go. Yeah, good. Okay. There we go. Time are we at? 1:34. So don't forget, you still have a chance to enter to win a spool of filament from Polymaker. We do the giveaway at the end of the stream, which is coming up around 2. How are these belts? So tension them a bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, shoot, really? The one pulled out. Shit. I don't have enough tension on the one. 1 second here. I gotta adjust the tension on the belts. There we go. Yeah, that's good. Tighten those up. And then we tighten the other one up. Because remember the motors, they weren't tight. The 4 screws that hold the motors down, we left them loose so we can adjust them. Now we've adjusted them. So I gotta, come on. Problem with these not being magnetic is they don't really open too easily. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, don't worry. We're going to be trying all kinds of stuff on here because, believe me, I need to recuperate the investment on this. So we're going to be using this for all kinds of content for the next little while. Okay, so we run all our belts. Everything's good there, like tying your shoes, thread belt through that, blah, blah, blah. Oh, hey, you could do this thing with some frequency measuring stuff. I've never actually done that. I just kind of eyeball it, and it's never been an issue. Although we've racked it now, so this one I'm gonna have to play with the rack. I'll play with the racking later. I'll de-rack it all later. I've got a video on my channel on how to do that. So what time are we at right now? We got 20 minutes. You know what? I think we're gonna pause it here because that means tomorrow. I'm gonna open this up so I can de-rack it now. Actually. We are going to stop the build part there. I'm going to de-rack it, get that all cleaned up, because I'd rather do the tool head in one go. I don't know if I'd be able to finish the tool head in the next 15 minutes. So we're just gonna, because we have to put together the heaters and everything. So we'll do that tomorrow night on the stream. I think that's fair. You think that's fair? I think that's fair. What time tomorrow? It'd be it's my normal Saturday night stream, so it'd be 8 p.m. EST. Oh, these are really tight. Oh, it would help if I had that loose, that's why. Wow, that really got racked up when I did those belts. My way. What gaming stream in the coming weeks? We're playing Baldur's Gate on the Twitch channel. So if you're into games, I am playing Baldur's Gate on I fired up a Twitch channel. So if you're into video games, every Monday and Wednesday I do a video game stream on Twitch in the morning. I might do one tomorrow morning too. We'll see. Because the little guy's at grandma's. So. Rattle so much. Here, come on. There we go. You mean Eastern? I mean Eastern. Like I'm in the Eastern time zone. Top belt. Which one's the top belt? This one's. Oh, what? Why this one doesn't want to? There you go. Oh, we got the front. There we go. That one feels like that. Okay, how's that? Yeah, those feel good. That feels good. Okay. There we go. That feels right. Okay, we're good. We are good. Okay, tighten those up. Yeah, we do the same time change as the States. Like when we do the flippy flop. Which that is this weekend, isn't it? Isn't it Sunday night? Sunday night? I don't know. My phone does it automatically, so it's just like, okay, I wake up. Oh, it's darker than it normally is outside. Cool, whatever. There we go. How am I missing a screw? Okay, I put all my screws there, now I'm missing one. What the heck? Oh, whatever. Sunday morning, 2 a.m. Oof. Yeah, so the Saturday stream, tomorrow's stream will be at 8 p.m. EST is usually when I start. I may start earlier. Pay attention, we'll see. I may start earlier. Like 6 or 7, we'll see. I don't know exactly when. I'll post about it. Okay. I love that mechanism. That is a solid mechanism. Obviously the printer moves when you move this, but... I gotta fix this belt. 1 second. Fix that belt tension part. Ah, shoot. Where are you? Where are you? There we go. And I gotta adjust this side too. There we go. Okay. So, hopefully that part finishes soon so I can put this in. But how much travel do we actually have in this? Yeah, it's 145 mil. Cool. So I think that's where we're at for the build today. Voila! Oh. Ignore. How do I stop this thing? Stop. Yes, I want to cancel this print. Bloody hell, how are you this incompetent? Oh, of course, he defaulted to printing all this stupid shit on the bed now. I gotta peel up all this shit. Yeah, the bed's hot. I know it's hot. Ow. Stupid machine. That's why I don't have this part. It failed to print. I remember it failing to print the first when I did the whole plate of parts. And I'm like, I'll just reprint it after. And then I forgot. When was the last time I cleaned the bed? On that machine? Just before I started printing the Cocoa Press parts. I even reapplied the bed adhesive stuff I use. Okay, so we've got till 2 o'clock. I'm gonna do the draw at just 2. So we're gonna call the build portion of this stream done. Yeah, that works perfectly. Yeah. So that's where we're at for this. We'll carry on with the tool head and the, oh yeah, all the electronics tomorrow. Forgot. This thing ain't got no brains yet. We haven't put the brains in this yet. There ain't no junk in the trunk of this thing yet. So we gotta do all that still. So tomorrow will be tool head and electrical. Open door? No, I got the door closed. It's ABS. Actually, in here now, it's warmed up to 20. Is this still going? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna turn that off. That actually worked really good. This little stand-up little heater that I bought at Costco for like 50 bucks. It was on sale. It's like you built a Core XY before. I know! Just a couple times. We've only done this a couple times. This is also a V0 derivative. So this is all new to me, right? I've never built a V0 before, nor anything derived off of V0. So this is all new to me. What's the chamber temp on the Bamboo? I don't know. It is currently in the chamber of the Bamboo, 41 Celsius. At least that's what I think this is. I think this is the chamber temp. I don't know. Yep, so tomorrow's stream, we'll finish up the tool head and we'll get into the electrical. So I may start it early then tomorrow, and we'll just finish it. Wherever we get to on the build, we'll just power through it. So while we're doing that, to save a little time, so here's the back. Oh, geez. A kilogram of poop and 202 grams on the purge tower for a 500 gram. So it's like a 3-to-1 ratio, 2.5 to 1. Wow. Holy shit. So just to compare, so this is eight changes. Now, granted, this is 8 colors. This is a much larger print and only 1, 2, 3, 4 colors. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a 4-color print. This is it. This is the waist right here. And this is a much larger print too. So this is 2,000 tool changes. And how How many? I don't know how many changes this was. I think he said it. 2,800. So this is only 800 more tool changes. So 800 more. Wow. It shows you how wasteful a single. I'm not singling out bamboo. All single nozzle multi-material setups are wasteful, but that's what you get. It's a cheaper setup and it's a simpler setup. You pay for it in waste and time. So that's the downside of that setup. What you save in cost, you pay for in waste and time. It's more than 2,800. He said it's 2,800. Oh, we've already done 2,800. Well, he's done 2,800 at this point, so more than 2,800, but still. What is it, 3,000? Wouldn't expect it 3,000. Yeah, 3,000. So on the larger models, you can. Okay. I was watching Joel's stream yesterday. Joel was playing around with the Prusa XL. Okay, and the amount of purge to infill. Like, it does save a little bit. Okay, cool. So instead of like 5 grams of infill on a layer, you're shoving 20 grams. It's still waste. Purge is still purge. It doesn't matter if the purge block is inside the print or outside the print. It's still waste. Okay. So yeah, you save a little bit of it with infill. You could, you know, reduce your amount of purge and just start with infill instead of outer walls and purge the remainder into infill. But the problem is purge to infill is extremely niche. You can't always fit, depending on the model. Some of the larger models you may be able to, but then what happens when you're printing a model this big, but there's an area right here where you can't purge to infill? There's not enough room inside the print. So you still got to print the tower. You still got to, like, it's highly situational. And then the slicer has to know and calculate each layer. Hey, on this layer, do I have enough room in infill? If I were to print it solid, because you'll end up printing a lot of that infill solid, is there enough room to purge these 5 colors that take place on this layer? No. Well, you're still purging. The purge is still purge. It's still waste. It doesn't matter if it's in the model or out of the model. So it's just watching the chat, and some people think like purge to infill is like the be all end all, because it comes up all the time. It comes up all the time. And it's like, it's a nifty little tool that you can sometimes in certain situations you can make it work. But I don't think people realized how very niche it is and how situational it is. You don't waste it per se. You're still, yeah, like, okay, so let's do this then. Let's pull up. Okay. Let's pull up a print. So let's pull up a nice multicolor print, if I could spell color right. Okay. Anyone else find it really annoying when you download a file off of any of these sites, even printables? It downloads all the files as a compressed zip that you have to extract, and then you can open it in your slicer. Okay. Wow, that did horribly. Oh, I'm not sorting that out. I need a multicolor print. Where is... Let's find that Majora's Mask. There we go. That's not even that. I need a multicolor print. Where is a generic multicolor print? Multicolor print. Most downloads, most popular. How is there like no fancy? Here, we'll do this. We'll just do Marlin, simple Marlin. Cool. Download all files. Download white, black, orange, iris. There we go. Okay. So open. Yes. Okay. So we got 4 colors here. Okay. So we got our iris. We'll print in that. The orange is now red. The black is black. The white is gold. And this is gray. Okay. Cool. Close enough. So we're just going to print it at standard slicer settings. So slice plate. Okay, standard settings. Let's just take a look here. So this is just standard settings, whatever the default settings are, which is 15% infill. Model flush total. Okay. So filament. Does this not tell me how much of it is infill? Wipe, unretract, retract. Line type, there we go. Okay. Infill. Infill. Inner wall, outer wall, internal. Okay, so what color is infill? So the dark red is infill. Sparse infill. 9.2% of the model. So 9.2% of our filament is infill. Okay. I turned it off for some reason. So 9% is infill. Where is purge? Where is wipe? Retract, unretract. Where's purge? Purge is over here. Prime tower, 36%. So 36% of our filament is the prime tower. And then it doesn't count the waste. Where's the waste? The waste doesn't even count. So can we even fit the prime tower in there? So like, yes, you do save a little bit of filament instead of having infill be its own thing. Okay. Why don't you remove the prime tower? Because I want the print to look good and not shit. The prime tower exists because after you do your purge, there's a little dribble of filament that might be there. And when you go over here, you want the prime tower. You don't need a big prime tower. This is too big. Default is too big. But you still want the prime tower. It primes the nozzle and makes sure everything's good. If you don't have a prime tower, you have crappy prints usually, or you have defects in the print. So yes, you can purge to infill. But instead, the problem is it's still wasteful as shit, because instead of taking, 50% or what is it, 2.5% or 2.5 times for the Majora's Mask that Stefan printed. So for every 100 kilogram or 100 grams of filament that went into the mask, 250 grams of filament went in the garbage. So for every 100 grams of filament that went into that mask that he printed, 250 grams went in the garbage. So instead of that, if for every 100 grams into the mask, we took the, 5-10% of that might be infill, because it's a mask, it's thin, so probably not a lot of infill. We just take the purge and put in that. So instead of 100 to 250, it's now 100 to 240. And that's if there's enough room, and that's printing the mask solid. So yes, you do save a little bit, but you're saving a little bit of a lot, which is still leaving a lot. Purging to infill. It's still waste. It is still waste. It doesn't matter if it's in the print or out of the print. It's still waste. So that's kind of my problem with single nozzle. You're still generating the waste. Yeah, you can play with your settings, like, oh, you can adjust your settings. Yeah, but if you're changing from red to blue, you can purge less. But if you're changing from white to black, you got to purge more. If you're printing, if your purge to infill doesn't work, if whatever filament you're using for your outer wall, if it's got a, is it low transition density? If it's white or semi-translucent, or or the walls are just thin enough where now you're purging black infill inside the print and your walls are yellow, you're gonna see that through. Unless you print with 4 walls, which, hey, now you're being more wasteful. Like, there's a reason everyone says, hey, do purge the infill. And there's a reason nobody uses it. If it was actually a worthwhile thing, more people would use it. But you don't really see people using it because it's highly situational. And all it does is it just takes the waste and pushes it somewhere else. So instead of a big pile that you just chuck, now your print just weighs 3 times as much. So yeah. Now, if you were printing like a full plate or a massive print, so you know that tower, that the castle that Filament Frenzy printed on the XL, that print you might be able to get by because it's a massive print. But it's also a tool changer, so you're generating a lot less waste. So in that case, purge to infill would be more of a prime to infill. But usually we print the outer walls before the infill. Or is it that way? Do we print outer walls before? Yeah, we print outer walls before infill usually. How did you solve the poop bucket on the X1 on the shelf? I haven't. It just makes a mess, and every now and then I go back there and clean it. I don't do a lot of multicolor, so it doesn't really generate that big of a mess. The problem I have is it does like, oh my God, it actually finished. Took you 4 attempts. Yay, I can put the part back on it. There you go. So we'll put this on later. Just a note, you can import zips in for slice. Yeah, but this is Orca Slicer. Or, yeah. Isn't there purge to a second model? If you need a second model, that's not the right color. Like if you plan on printing a second one to paint, but how often do you like, I need to print this in multicolor, okay? I need to print this random bunny chick in multicolor, but then I want to print an exact like same one, but that looks like ass because it's all the purge. And also, okay, if we're looking at little bunny chick here, there'd be white, gold, skin color, hair color, all in the same layer right here. How the hell are you fitting all that purge in the equivalent size print next to it? You're not. So you're still making waste. There is a reason you don't really see people purging to infill or purge to secondary model. It is a thing and in some situations, but it's extremely niche, and it's not the all-encompassing problem solver that I see some people think it is. Because every time I see anyone do a multicolor print, watching Joel stream last night was like, oh my God. Every like couple minutes, why aren't you purging to infill? Why are you killing the baby whales? Why are the turtles dying because of you? Speaking of, let's do a giveaway. If it worked, people would use it. Okay, so if you didn't enter for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, you'll have another chance tomorrow night. Yeah, the options are there. As I changed the tab so I can't see. The options are there. They're just extremely niche, and they're not as practical as some people think. You could tell the people who don't have multicolor printers when they start saying that stuff. You could tell the people that don't actually use multicolor printers when they're like, why aren't you purging to infill on this model? It's like, well, if you had a multicolor printer, you would know purging to infill doesn't work in this situation. Or why aren't you printing an exact model that's garbage? Like, oh wow, instead of my purge being a block, it looks like the print that I have, but it doesn't look like the print I have because it's a bunch of purge. So it's all weird looking. And if I was gonna paint it, I would print it in resin. Okay, somebody give me a number between 1 and 4, because that's how many filaments my bamboo has in it right now. 1 and 4. Ooh, shield is just a waste. Same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Although ooh, shield is good if you're printing ABS unenclosed. Okay, the big, oh no, is it gonna be the line? No, it's not gonna be the odd one out. So congratulations to Chris Greenman. I'm much happier Green Man won. If Red Man had won, I would not have been impressed. Or Blue Man. If it was Blue Man, they got a whole group. That would have been really annoying to take care of. So congratulations, Chris Green Man. You will get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament from Polymaker, as long as you answered the skill testing question correct. You did. Congratulations. So you will get an email from me after the stream ends. Yay. Okay, so we're gonna call it there because I gotta go pick up the little guy at school. Yeah, that goes on there. Okay, so I'll swap that out tomorrow or tonight or something. And then tomorrow, we will put the tool head together and start doing the electronics on here. And if we are lucky, we might be printing tomorrow. If we're not printing tomorrow, we're printing Tuesday. Simple as that. So we're gonna call it there. Again, shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament we gave away this stream and every stream. Links for them and more in the video description. Affiliate links don't cost you anything extra, go a long way in supporting the channel. And for those that donate to the channel, gifted memberships to others, or became members of the channel yourself, I thank you. I would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create without your continued support. You make it all possible. And shout out to Coco Press and Ellie for making this machine. This is not a sponsored stream. I paid for this with my own money. But I want to build one of these. So thank you for making the thing so I could build it. So yeah, more information about this if you want to get one yourself, links in the video description. Join the Discord. Go sub to my Twitch channel too. I've got a Twitch channel. It's like linked somewhere. I don't know where. I don't know. It's linked somewhere. And go sub to the gaming channel. We play Baldur's Gate. Okay, we're calling it there. I'm gonna go make some lunch real quick and then I gotta go pick up the little guy from school. It's Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe out there. Wash your hands, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.